Princess Eugenie works as director at Hauser and Wirth, an art gallery in London. Last month, on November the 13th, the company was charged with breaking Russian sanctions. Hi everyone, it's Kelt here, bringing you my thoughts on the British royal family and Harry and Meghan. And today I'm talking about Eugenie Beatrice and what might become of them. So this company of Eugenie's was charged with breaking Russian sanctions. They sold expensive artwork to a collector in Moscow in 2022, just after Putin invaded Ukraine. The court decided it had broken laundering laws. Eugenie sits on the board, so her name keeps being dragged in. There are no charges against her personally, but people now say that her art job looks like a front, the same way her father used charity visits. On the jewellery side, historian Andrew Lowney says Gulf princes have given her pieces worth hundreds of thousands, never declared, never photographed. In return, she arranged introductions to her father. Sounds familiar, eh? Just like Sarah selling access to her husband. Beatrice is vice president at Affinity, a tech company that advises telephone firms. The firm has large Saudi backers. Days after her father lost his titles, Beatrice hosted tea for 3 Saudi businessmen at a London hotel. No one outside their circle knew the names, yet each wired sums into Affinity accounts the next day. The transactions sit under business expenses, nothing illegal on paper, yet they mirror the pattern that Sarah Ferguson used when she took cash for access. Palace aides have told both women, if you keep mixing royal status with cash deals, you lose the titles. But they have not listened. Prince William is under pressure to act. I've told you before, I told you I think about a month ago that things were happening, and they are happening. It's just very much under the surface at the moment. He will not act, or rather, he will not appear to act now, because he speaks to them every week and knows how fragile their marriages are. But if the next Epstein file mentions either girl by name even once, the Queen once gave them HRH only because the sister begged. History shows that those can go just as far as Andrews did. So the jobs are not illegal yet. But every gift, every wire, every tea party is building evidence that the York brand is now a laundering service. Beatrice's husband, Edo, married into aristocracy but not money. His family's castle is crumbling. They need cash for upkeep, and he quietly took a job in Nigeria last year to cover repairs. Sources say that the marriage is on paper unless the York money keeps flowing. And if Beatrice loses her HRH, the couple lose their last safety net. Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank are the same. He used to be flogging gin for Tesco until she landed the gallery role. Now he's CEO of nothing basically, and the lenders eyeing their Notting Hill townhouse know exactly who co-signed the mortgage. Both men were said to have signed papers last month tying assets to Eugenie's and Beatrice's future earnings. In other words, royal linked income, allegedly. If titles go, so does the income. That's what keeps palace lawyers up, not the girls themselves, but the husbands who will bolt first and take half. William has said, out loud and on record, that he will not strip their titles over Andrew. Palace reporters heard it twice this week alone. And yet, behind the scenes, his aides are scouring every wire transfer, every jewellery valuation every Saudi ledger that Affinity keeps off-site. They want the dossier airtight. Because if laundering is proved, stripping titles becomes a matter of law, not family grudge. That way he looks fair, not spiteful. The public already knows he gave them a pass on Andrew. So when this happens, when their titles are removed, it reads as justice, not payback. It keeps his own hands clean and lets the girls blame the paperwork, not him. This is so obvious to me because William never reveals his plans nor his thoughts to the public in this way, especially ahead of his actions. This is why I believe he knows already that he will be removing those titles. I called it back at the end of October that it was at the end, and I stand by that. I also said in a following video that it would happen by that weekend. I stressed that it would be the small signs that we would see, subtle and yet noticeable to those who are observing, and sure enough, we had the summons for Andrew from US Congress by the Friday and the Met Police statement on the Saturday. I said it would kick off by that weekend, and it did, and it still is, though we might not be able to see all of it. It all just has to play out. That way it's watertight and William's hands are clean. I will be digging deeper into this in the vault. So thanks for watching. Please let me have your comments and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.